Hello, Magic the Gathering players. This is Orno, and today I'm doing a new video, or another video, and this video on Magic is going to be about the newest Unstable set. So, you get like this cool, weird mechanic where you can combine cards together. You throw this card and a Ninja Pony, you got a Ninja Pony here. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a portal thing. So, yeah, it's going to be different. So, I will say there'll be a few cards I'll talk about that I think are cool. Some cards I won't talk about at all. I'll just skip through. I don't want to like burn through a lot because I'm like way behind because I've had a busy last 3 weeks because of family. I have family being sick and it's been crazy. So I haven't been able to get a lot of videos out on Magic or well even Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So I'm gonna go ahead and start going over the 5 per se guilds. So we got Order of the Widget, Agents of Sneak, which is kind of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Legion of Dastardly Doom, Legion of Doom, Goblin Explosioneers, Crossbreed Labs. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So we got some cool different legendaries for each of them. I do want to point out the Bon Von Count, 3 mana, 3/3, and it's battlefield with a Doom counter on 5, so the counter would be on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the top. Whenever you cast a spell with the identical number in its mana cost text box, power or toughness, move in the mana cost text box, power or toughness, the doom counter, or move the doom counter numerical to the left. So you have to do 1, and then when the doom counter moves from 1, destroy target player. So that player just loses the game. And that doom counter, and then put a doom counter back on 5. So it starts over. So this is a card, like I will say, this would be a great commander card. A lot of people will be like, you're dying, you're dying, you're dying. We'll make this card so expensive that you will not be able to get it from 5 to 0. Unless you get some unlucky, or the player that has Baron Von Count is definitely has a lucky draw where they have like a way to give it indestructible, a way to give it hexproof or shroud, and it just shuts down that combo piece. So, but yeah, like I said, there's a lot of different ones. They got just like a 1 mana 1/1. They have contraptions in this set, so they finally made contraptions work. I'm not going to talk too much about contraptions. I bet a lot of you've seen other videos based on spoilers of this. Just really go check it out yourself on that. But there's some cool cards I'd like to talk about. And one of them, okay, Handy Dandy Clone Machine. Is this kind of a fun, weird clone machine? But, yeah, so it creates a homunculus, which is a creature species I'd like to see expand out more. I'd like to see more homunculus creatures tribal support. I think it'd be kind of a cool, especially since if you've ever watched the homunculus I think of when I see the word homunculus is from Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Hold on, I want to do something. Sorry, I had to mute some notifications. So anyways, yeah, homunculus based off of like Full Metal Alchemist, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's the homunculus I'm used to. But still, seeing a tribe support around this creature type as a blue would give a new blue creature type out there. Because it seems like a lot of creature tribes are more focused on the other colors versus blue. Blue does have illusions and merfolk and wizards, but wizards are also other colors too. But like just a monocolor tribe outside of illusions and merfolk would be homunculus. Because like red, you got goblins. Red's kind of lacking a little bit. You got goblins. Can't think of anything else right now off the top of my head. Green, you got a ton of different tribes that can be easily monocolor. You got beasts, you got elves, you got so many tribes, and it'd be nice to support into blue. Like white, you got soldiers, you got Kithkin. A lot of them are just white, pure white, 90% of pure white. So you got those tribes that are just mostly monocolor only. And keeping homunculus mono blue, that'd be nice. But yeah, it's kind of a cool. Yes, you do have to represent the token with your hand. So you could technically play a weird way with your hand. Must be represented of a unique hand by a unique hand and 2 fingers at all times, or it ceases to exist. That's kind of weird. Crack's other thumb, Krark's. So we got the one that the Krark's thumb is based on flipping coins. They decided to do this with dice rolls, and I wouldn't mind seeing dice roll be brought into the, the competitive format, or because we do have it in like what's the Plane Chase. We got Plane Chase. This would be a great card for a Plane Chase game. Easily a great card for Plane Chase. So yeah. So we're going to keep scrolling through. You can kind of read them as I go, pause the video. Like I said, I'm not doing a super in-depth review on this set, because I don't get a lot of views on these types of videos, but still getting my thoughts out there on these videos are not bad. So I'm scrolling to the next one that I found really interesting. Oh, maybe I missed a green. It's a green card I'm missing. Nope, okay, so I keep going. It's probably not part of the tribes itself. I like how they're bringing squirrels into this set, even though they're not really the best of the best squirrels that you could use tribal-wise. Getting down here, yes, you'll find it. So the next one is this very cryptic command. Very cryptic command. So you got cryptic command and very cryptic command. Choose 2. Untap 2 target permanents. Tap each permanent target player controls with exactly 1 word in its name. That's interesting. Discard all cards in your hand, then draw that many cards. And then return target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. It's kind of a cool effect. It's kind of a nod off to cryptic command itself, obviously. And actually, I don't mind this the second ability, the 1 word in its name. So you tap, because it's 1 word, Gravedigger or Gravecrawler. Tap that, or tap Forest, Swamp, basic lands. But it's tap each permanent target. So it taps all those permanents. It's going to be annoying. So I don't know if this would be Legacy. I don't know if Legacy will pick it up, because a lot of these are more silver bordered, and a lot of silver bordered based cards don't make it into competitive formats, or gold based borders. Gold or silver bordered cards just don't make it into format, any type of format. However, there are some in this set I can easily see making it into like standard or modern or legacy, and I will cover those. All these split cards, no. Side quest, no. So Earl of the Squirrel. Earl of the Squirrel is kind of cool. It has Squirrel Link. It's kind of like lifelink, but instead of the damage giving you life, you get a 1/1 squirrel creature token. I would love to see that mechanic in future sets of like standard or modern. Just in core sets. I'd be fine if it just kind of is like a core set, and you get like 10, 10 cards, 1 of each color. Maybe a couple of multicolored versions and a couple artifacts with a something link. And it's based on token generation. So you got Elf Link, you got Zombie Link, you got Skeleton Link. That's starting to sound like Link from Legend of Zelda. Link this, link that. No. But yeah, Squirrel Link is a cool ability. And this would have been great. Of course, a lot of people are talking about this would be great for a legendary creature. However, this is an easy card I can see going into Commander. Not a problem. It helps the Squirrel Tribe, because Squirrel Tribe is a mono-green tribe, which is now changed to a little bit because of this set. But because it's mostly a mono-green tribe, they need some support for squirrels. And this is one that I'd love to see in Commander. A lot of people will probably play it in Commander. Of course, there may be some rules against silver card towards that format, but silver bordered cards. But, we'll see how that goes. Creature tokens you control are squirrels in addition to their other creature types. So you can, there's this 2-mana enchantment. Enchanted creature, I can't remember the name right off. Enchanted creature gets trample, and then you create 2/1/1 Saproings. So now you have this out on the field, Saproling Squirrel. Your turn to make things mutations. And then of course it's a Lord for squirrels. Great card. I hope to see more squirrel support out of the set. A lot of people would love to see, you know, this tribe come back, make a comeback compared to back in the day. So that's a great card for it. Oh, this one, Crow Storm. This is a card I can see making it into Modern and have this card replace Grape Shot. So then the two cards you want are in fact Crow Storm and Warren. Dang, I'm going blank. I apologize. It's right there. Empty the Warrens. That's what it's called. Empty the Warrens. A Storm deck that's based off of Stormcrow or Empty the Warrens. So you can have a 2-2 split or a 3-3 split instead of 4-4 or 2, whatever. Just like a 3-3 split. So you got Stormcrow or Crow Storm as a Storm card. I say this would be a better card to use in Modern instead of Grape Shot. I personally am someone that is on the side of banning Grape Shot. I don't like Storm decks. Well, I don't like them to an extent. I'd like to actually see someone make a viable Storm deck using Dragonstorm, a competitive one. Of course, will we get that? Probably not. You might get Dragonstorm's probably better for like a commander set anyways. But hey, it's still a hope and dream that, you know, get that card out, throw it out there and start Dragonstorming away. But yeah, Crow Storm would be kind of a cool card to see as a alternative to Grape Shot. Of course, if they did bring this into Modern, they would do Grape Shot and Crow Storm instead of Grape Shot and Empty the Warrens. Because Empty the Warrens costs one more, this one costs one less, plus you get an actual extra toughness with a flying creature. And so yeah, there's so many better benefits. The Crow Storm is better than Goblin or the Warren, Empty the Warrens. Another card I do want to talk about is Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. It's a kind of a cool design of card. I would like to see it be made viable for competitive play. And a lot of people, especially in local game stores, they use D20s anyways. So rolling a D20 does not have a problem at all. Now for the Gold Dragon, on the other hand, that one's a little tricky, I will admit. Protection from Rogues and Clerks. That's kind of a cool, you know, protection effect, but creating the Gold Dragon would be the tricky part. You can make it a colorless Gold Dragon. The Gold Dragon could technically just be every color. They could just, you know, on the token, the new token for like if they put it into competitive play, be great for, you know, make it through standard, then be great for, you know, the token that says every color, or the little circle has all 5 colors in it. But other than that, yeah, this is a kind of a cool card. A sword that makes 4/4 dragons. You know, you don't get that. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. And then you get to roll a d20. If you roll a 20, repeat the process. So there's a chance of not, you know, you got you got a 19 or like a 98, 99% chance of failing. But, you know, rolling a 20 will get you a chance to repeat the process of getting another 4/4 and repeating it again. Whew. That would be an incredible. I would like to see that actually in a competitive battle on standard where someone's sitting there, they're like, okay, I got this. They roll a 20, get a 4/4. They pick up the dice, I get to roll again. Roll a 20, you get a third 4/4. You roll again, you know, make a super hyped video, you know, getting someone would make a video of that type of thing, especially if it's a game winning, you win the tournament this way because you need at least 2 blockers and you get 3 blockers out of it. Kind of a wild game. So, but again, that's kind of my thoughts on this set right now. I think it's great. I'm glad the lands aren't Bone Flinger. Oh, these are all the contraptions. So, yeah. These are all the contraptions you can look through. Wow, this one's an insane page. They've updated since the last time I really looked. I've been just looking at new spoilers. So, But yeah, I think this set's going to be a fun, draftable set with friends. You know, even going to a local game store, great. So now, while I have everyone, I'm going to go ahead and finish off with a couple of cards that have been spoiled for Rivals. It is that logo, so I'm just going to go ahead and go straight to it. Because there's only like 3 or 5 or something like that. It's not the set. Oh, there we go. There's only 5 cards unleashed. Unveiled, unleashed. Silver Gill Adept I'm not going to talk about because it's just a modern reprint into standard. Great card. So, the Immortal Sun, 6 mana artifact. Players can't activate loyalty abilities of Planeswalkers. At the beginning of your draw step, draw an additional card. So you can draw extra cards. But it shuts down your Planeswalkers. This is the downside of this card. The only downside of this card is you can't use this in a Planeswalker deck. Now, if you're going budget friendly, you don't have any Planeswalkers in your decks, throw Immortal Sun. Immortal Sun to be phenomenal. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Granted, this is not like Cage Sun. Cage Sun's still better in the, the respective colors, but if you're doing a multicolor set with no Planeswalkers, throw this in. Or if you at least have one Planeswalker, you just have to balance which card you have out first. But you can still, the nice thing is you can still play the Planeswalker and trick people into attacking the Planeswalker instead of you for a few turns, which would be great. Because some people might forget about this ability. And then creatures get +1/+1. So it's an Anthem effect with a spell cost reduction. Get a draw card extra to every turn. But the only downside is you can't use loyalty abilities on Planeswalkers. Downside. But that's still a great card. I've had card decks where in the past of commander decks, I've only had one commander in it, or one Planeswalker, or even 0 Planeswalkers. I'm like, well, this would be a great card for it. Great kind of ramp ability. So here it is, 5 mana, or 6 mana, 6/6 Death Touch, Elder Dinosaur, black, reveal this from your hand, put a prey counter on target creature. Only activate this ability during your turn. So if you want to waste turn 5, throwing prey counters on all these creatures, and then turn 6 you drop this, because when it drops, it's battlefield destroy all creatures with prey counters on them. Boom! That's devastating. This is a cool dinosaur. It's an elder dinosaur. So you get to, you can't use it as a commander because you have to reveal it from your hand. Now, if they ever say cards revealed from hand also count from reveal from command zone, that'd be kind of nice. So you don't always have to put the command zone word in it. But outside of that, as one of the 99, great card. Might be even viable in standard, especially mono black. Like if you get it to where you can hold the board for turn 1 through 4, turn 5 you do this a few times and maybe play another creature, then turn 6 you drop it and kill their stuff. Might be game over, so it's kind of a cool card. Of course, this next card I have to click on because it's one of the new split cards, or the lands from Rivals of Ixilan. And it's really good. Storm Vault, 4 mana. When one more creatures you control do combat damage, you create treasure tokens. So it's not that bad. And then at the beginning of your end step, if you control 5 or more artifacts, transform this. But that's great. A lot of people are kind of disappointed. This is in a blue-red set. Most artifacts are supported by blue more than red or green. Green's to the bottom. Green and black are the bottom. Then the white and red are the next best colors to use artifacts. So blue, this should have been a blue enchantment. I will agree. Should have been 2 blue. But it's not. But it adds, it's basically a new version of Tolarian Academy. It's not a broken Tolarian Academy, per se. Pay a blue to your mana pool for each artifact you control. That's a great idea. So turn 4 for Affinity is going to be great because you're going to play this, attack, maybe get some more artifacts. At the end of your turn, you're going to transform it into Vault of the... So the following turn, you get a ton of blue mana. So there might be a viable option for not just maybe not Affinity. Affinity would be a bad idea. Tron, like an artifact Tron based set deck. A blue-red artifact Tron deck would be probably a good place to go, because then you'll be able to make tons of blue mana with Vault of the Calticon. So yeah, that one's not bad. And then of course, the last two, like I said, talked about Silver Gill Adept. It's a reprint for Modern. Nothing much to talk about. And then the last card is Galata Primal Hunger. 12 mana, 12/12. Cost X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control. So that really helps the card, shrink its power. It might, I could be wrong, it might find viability in a mono green stompy deck in Modern, because you have a lot of the cards. There's some cards out there you could play on, turn 1 you get a 2/1. Turn 2 you could technically get a range of 2 to 3 power. Turn 3 you can get a range of 2 to 4 power, like if you use the 3 green for a 4/5. I don't remember. I don't remember the beast. It's a 3 green card from the original Zendikar block. 3 mana. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe. And then 9, 10, 11, 12. So turn 4 you could drop this and you'd have a 12/12 on turn 4. So it might not be just mono green stompy per se. It might be just mono green devotion. A different kind of deck built around getting this out on turn 4 instead of turn 12. So yeah, and like I said, the Baloth that's green, 3 green for a 4/5 would be a great addition to that set, or to that deck. So, but yeah, again, that is the cards so far of Rivals of Ixilan and Unstable. Of course, the majority of this is Unstable. I just wanted to kind of go through some of the cards. But yeah, again, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and you guys have a wonderful day.